Well, hello everybody. Today is the 2nd of October. Point 1 of getting a new washer is stripping the control panel off of that one. So go ahead and tip it up because I want to show what it looks like. That's the inlet valve and everything else upside down. But there's the control panel. Yeah, so long story short, the very last cycle video I made was it, whether you knew it or not. So pretty much we have undone everything. We have taken the wires off this piece here, threw the cover back in, because what we're going to do is we're going to put the front panel back on. I guess this little cap can be ripped off because it's just for the bleach dispenser. There we go. Why not? Bleach hose. Actually, we could probably cut that off and use it. But, so pretty much everything is out except the power cord, which we're going to wait on because we need them to know that this was an actual functioning machine, but I am going to cut that power cord off. You can see we unhooked that. Actually, I think I'm going to, is that just a flathead? No, well, that doesn't matter. I think I'm just going to do that right now. Okay, that took some poking. So this is what was the control panel was mounted, and obviously I grabbed the schematics that were in it. I wanted to get that off, but I couldn't, so I grabbed the panel. Just got the bleach hose off. There's that. We have another one of those. Try to move all the tools and screws to the side because I want to open it. I'm going to hand these all to you here in a second. There's the inside. This is a key. I want to keep that just because no, it's dry. The agitator can come out. You need a bolt that I'm not sure how to take, so I don't think we're going to take the agitator. But you can see suspension is still very good on this machine, and the brake is still very good on it. If I knew how to get that out, I would, but I don't. So yeah, the agitator is just going to go with it. There's the lid. We're not going to take the lid because it's rusted in spots. Get one last, view of that. You can hear the lid switch. Well, actually you can't because it's not connected, but at one point that would have been this. Here, I'm actually going to open it and demo it. It would have been this and it would have pulled. So when this went down, so open it up again, pushes it in, out. It's like a sex machine. So yeah, and then this little fucking thing. That's it. That's the end of this old Maytag here. We're not going to save the motor, because why would you? And yeah, pretty much it probably. We're just going to use the laundromat for the next few days. Damn, that's rusty. Well everyone, today is the 7th of October, 2022. As you can see, this washer is stripped. I actually figured out how to take the agitator out. Say, I think 6.5 Torx, if I remember right. Just a little trial and error, it's just screwed on the side. I'm going to cut the power cord probably, but I'm going to wait because I want them to be able to tell that it was in service. Dryer's coming out as well. Last look. This is actually going to go to a friend who needs a dryer. There's info from where it was originally sold, I guess. Model and shit there. This is the original cord, which we're going to put back on it, since the 4-cord one that's back there is going to, 4-prong is going to go with the Speed Queen. So, yeah, they are going to be here in 15 minutes. In case you're wondering what the final nail in the coffin was for this thing, the damper pads are bad, which we couldn't find to replace. And yes, for the people that are going to say, oh, you can, we couldn't. So, tough shit is what I have to say to that. And on top of that, it's not like this machine isn't going to break again. It's had a string of breakdowns within the past few years. Not due to neglect either. We took care of this thing. I really do think moving it did something. So, yeah. Final day of the old Maytag there. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to film of them bringing it in. We did pay like less than $50, I think, to the original price to have them not only bring it in, but to just like set it up and everything. So we're just gonna have them hook it up, because then if something goes wrong, it's on them. So yeah. Real quick, one other thing. Everything back there is unhooked. We're gonna reuse these hoses and this drain hose because they're all new. I went ahead, pulled the dryer back and just unplugged it. In case you're wondering where the hose is for the air, well, there's a little piece that comes out of the wall and just goes straight into the back of the dryer. So if you pull the dryer out too far, it unhooks, which is fine, but yeah. So this is gonna go in the garage. We're gonna just give it to them. We're not gonna charge. We had it posted. I'll put the pictures from the Facebook ad my mom had up here. And yeah, old Maytag going bye-bye. Kind of sentimental, but kind of not at the same time. And I guess for one last time, I can show the lid switch hack that I used to do. Just shove that in there and disable the lid switch. That's how I used to do it for all my videos. This particular outlet plate was just the right size, this particular one, that it could shove in there and defeat it. And that was my go-to. Speed Queen, well, we'll have to see.
I feel a lot of them in the basement are easy, as long as it's not one of those stairs where you go up and then immediately down.
Yeah. Or the sharp turn.
Yeah, the sharp turn. I'd rather deal with the sharp turn and then going up and then immediately down, because then you have to do a lot more maneuvering.
Oh, I'm gonna wipe the floor off real quick for you.
Are you ready for the new washer and dryer? Da 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 da! So in case you don't know what these are, you can only buy these at specialty stores. You cannot just go into Home Depot and Lowe's or whatever. What it is it is a commercial washing machine that you would find in a laundromat without the coin operation. So in other words, this is built like an old machine. As it says, no lid lock, strong warranty. You open it up, it's a little wet because you get it running. Look at this, it has a suspension. It doesn't float. The dryer, which the door is facing the correct way, and it's basic controls, basic everything. So we do have a little instructions. That is for the dryer, this is for the washer, those are leveling legs we don't need. So the lid switch on this machine is in the machine. You can hear it in there. So what I found to defeat it is just to take a piece of styrofoam. There's a little hole there, and what I do is I take it and go like this. And you wedge it in there, and now there is a little creaking coming from it. You can see like when I do this. They took care of it though, they didn't roughhouse with it. The dryer door is reversible. We don't need it to be reversed, but it has a light inside, and it's quite warm. Lint filter, which is easy, you just reach in and scoop the lint out. Like that. There's the serial number and the model number. The dryer's a little unlevel. And the washer. So what we're going to do is we're going to run a regular cycle with this, as it would be. So show you it's got mechanical controls, 4 wash temperatures. I'm really not sure what cool is. Some options, extra rinse and pre-soak, or heavy soil. We're going to turn that off. You can hear it beep. Deep fill, which what this is normally the washer will fill about 3/4 of the way, so like to there, and then deep fill fills it all the way. There is no water level selector, but there is no auto sense either. Just hit that to start, an indicator there, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 5 cycles pretty much. Now, normal eco is not what we're going to be using. Normal eco is basically a wash with a spray rinse. Our normal cycle is actually going to be heavy duty because that does a wash and a rinse. I just moved it. Dryer has 3 heat settings, an end of cycle signal. I'm going to turn that off, the extended tumble, and then time dry, auto dry, and then auto dry, I guess. Permanent press, we'll set this to off. Where is off? Off is not written. Where is my off? I guess it's just, that's probably it. I don't know where the off is. But yeah, so that's it, really. There's the energy guide, which will peel off. But we're going to run a cycle first. I'm going to grab my thermometer. Got my thermometer. This is an extra piece of styrofoam. So what I'm going to do, we're just going to set it to hot for now. Heavy duty. We are deep filling. And start. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me readjust this real quick. All right, I put a screwdriver in. Ah, there she goes. Got it. So the other thing about this machine that it does is it gives full hot water, which is something that is very nice to have. And it sprays off to the side like that for rinsing. Let's go ahead and test this water temperature out. It feels real quick too. Let's test this water out. We're at 72 right now. Let's test. All right, I used a screwdriver and some tape. Cross our fingers that it works. So we were testing the water temperature out, being 138, 140. Yep, that's pretty hot. So come down here. I'm gonna switch that to warm. Oh, it just changed to soak. Nope, there it goes. That's the one thing about these is that they are electronically controlled. That's about 100, that's good. So now I'm gonna switch it to cold. Go off. Oh, did this trip again? Yep, there it goes. There is full cold water. So now what I'm interested to see, cold is 69 degrees. Pardon that, there's cold. I'm gonna switch it to cool now and see what happens. Off, on. Okay, so it's basically warm. That's interesting. I guess we can just leave it on that for now. It's not gonna hurt anything. Actually, we'll just switch it to cold because there's really no reason to fill it with warm right now. The tub is deeper than the Maytag was, although I wouldn't say it's actually bigger. Put some water in there just to let it drain out. Just for the hell of it. I don't know how long it's going to take, probably maybe half an hour or so. But yeah. So, let's go ahead and we'll let that fill and I'll come back in a little bit. It fills really quick. It's been like 5 minutes. One thing I like, look. Country of origin, USA. Where's my made in China pride? And yeah, it's gonna fill all the way to the top row of holes, I think. Oh, never mind. Here we go. Holy shit. Damn. Oh, wow. That's quite strong agitation there. Oh yeah, it's turning over real good. It looks like the tub is indexing, which I've heard is kind of just a thing with these. Ever since they redesigned them, I've heard that the tubs tend to index a little bit. I guess my hold it doesn't do it. I think that's just a byproduct of the design. It's got some woo-woos though. And so if I close this, it's really not that loud, and obviously if they're closing it, it'll be a bit quieter. That washes pretty well. Alright, it's been a little time. My mom looked at it. We tried to make the buzzer on the dryer go off, but we couldn't get it, because I guess it has to run, I don't know. But yeah, believe it or not, I actually wanted a gas dryer, because we have a gas hookup, and I figured it would be worth it just to have, even though it costs more, it's more efficient, but my dad basically said no. And damn, that is a lot of splashing. She sounds good though. The stroke is a bit longer than the Maytag had, I think. Not really sure on that, but that's what I would have to guess. Wash is pretty damn good though, I will say. It washes like the Maytag does. It doesn't fill all the way to the top, but even like some direct drives and stuff don't do that, so I can't fault it for that. And already it's a pretty damn big tub. I think it's a 3.5 or a 3.2, I'm not sure which. I think it's a 3.2. I think our old one was like a 2.8 or something, so yeah. First time in my life we have a matching washer and dryer, imagine that. And for the first time in my life, we have a washer that's new. My parents have never had a new washer. First new washer they've ever bought. Especially because, you know, they lived in apartments and stuff, and then the house I grew up in, so, and their rental that they lived in for a while. But you notice it doesn't randomly spin the tub. It doesn't do stupid shit like rotate and spin and weird ass stuff. It's a stainless steel tub for the McMansioners, but listen. That's plastic. Metal there. This is not a cheap machine. We paid good money for this machine. A machine that was made in the USA, how it should be, you know, to have a machine that doesn't suck. And this is what we got for it. I'm not sure how long it's splashing. I'm not sure how long the wash cycle is for. Should be maybe 10 minutes, I don't know. It's nice though, whatever it is. I've also heard that the tub brakes on these are pretty strong, so we'll have to see. I do know oh, that's funny. Look. People want to say this machine is inefficient. Look at the electricity rating. It's at the end. I mean, goddamn, how do you get more efficient than that? You can't. This is a strong agitator. It's much stronger than the one that was in the Maytag. That could just be due to age. It has a bleach dispenser. Guess we can just feed some random water down there. I'm sure it just gets dribbled in with the clothes, but yeah, she's a beaut. I do like the gray. I think it looks pretty cool. Not sure why they decided to go with a white stripe. This isn't Seven Nation Army, if you know what I mean. I had to make that joke. I knew after I said it, it would be a good joke. I noticed that this is crooked. I like how they advertise AG detergent is recommended. Not required, recommended. Ha 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 ha. See? That's how they get you. I bet you if I felt under there, I could feel the lid switch, but I'm not going to do that while it's running. But, yeah, so the tub indexing, it just does. I think I know I've seen videos of these online, and I think after like a year they stop, they slowly go away. So, pretty damn impressive, I will say. If we get 20 years out of it, that would be great. And in fact, I know we're going to. Don't jinx it. But it's a speed queen, you know? It's not, this is like the Toyota Camry of washing machines. They are boring and generic and everything, but they last and last and last and last and last and don't break. So yeah, I mean, you can't get much better than that. And you pay more for them like you would a Toyota Camry, but for good reason. And that's that they flip and flop, don't want to swear, that they last. I wish I brought my tripod in here to show you these. Let's see what these are. That's the safety instructions. So this gives you like a warm-up type thing, shows the dryer. So is that the same as this one then? Oh, I almost dropped my thing. What's the difference? Because this is the one that was in the dryer. Or is it the same thing? It's the same thing, okay. So they give you 2 copies of it, which is nice. Oh, something's happening. Holy shit, that started immediately. Did it switch to spin? Nope, still on wash. I guess there's no spin, it's just rinse. That thing went from wash to spin like, it's not a GM Frigidaire where it like literally immediately goes, but it's pretty damn close. It's got a nice hum, listen to that. It doesn't drain as fast as the Maytag did, but it's also a much bigger tub, so I can't blame it. I believe it spins the same direction as the Maytag as well. I want to say it does. I think. I'll have to go back and watch a video. It's hard to visualize it now, it's weird. I think it spins the same. Well, actually, no, I think the Maytag spun the other way. I don't remember the spin speed. I think it's probably 700 or 750. I'm sure it's faster than the Maytag, especially with how old the Maytag was. Oh, we got a spray rinse. That's probably cold. Yep, I would assume all the rinses are cold. Interesting that it does it so early on. The Maytag would do it mid-rinse or mid-spin. Maytag did it for 15 seconds, but you can see how that helps with the rinsing, that it sprays in that direction. Dang, it goes on for a while. Very thorough rinse. It is on heavy duty, yeah. Starting to empty out. These take a while to get up to speed from the videos I've watched. They're not like the Maytag where it's immediate. They take a little bit. They slowly ramp up. Damn, there it goes. That moves a little, but that's part of the basket. It actually spins a little slower than I was expecting. Maybe it's the same speed and I just can't tell, but it looks like it spins a little bit slower. I'm not really sure, but as long as it rings the clothes dry, I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? So that's cool. That's just the pump trying to get extra water out. So, yeah, she's looking real nice. Yeah, I want to film the brakes. I've heard the brakes on these are pretty strong. Still has that new smell to it. Look at it under there. It looks like that thing is moving a lot more up here than it actually is. It doesn't feel like it's moving that fast. That's the thing. I thought it would be faster, but it looks like it's the same, if not even slower. Maybe it's just warming up. I don't know. Or, you know what it also could be? It could be that the last spin is faster. This could just be like a preliminary. Because, I mean, it's not a full race, but, you know, it could just be preliminary. How nice, though, I will say. I would assume the rinse on the old Maytag was 4 minutes and I think 21 seconds or 20 seconds, 420. I timed it once, like a month ago, just for curiosity's sake. So Alliance is the company that makes these. They own Speed Queen, Hipsch, Ipso, Unimax, and a few others. The interesting thing is that Raytheon is the company that used to own Speed Queen. Whoa, there it goes again. Damn, that was pretty quick. Raytheon used to own a Mana as well. So if you look at a 90s Speed Queen and a 90s Mana, they actually look very similar. I'm gonna go ahead and now, I'm just gonna see something here. Yeah, see if I try to turn it to hot during the rinse, it doesn't let you. I'm gonna just let that go and be back when it's done. Just now started the rinse. One thing I have to say that I love is that when you have deep fill selected, the rinse fills all the way up as well. I love that. That might be my favorite thing about this, is that it is a full rinse. Not just like a 3/4, not just whatever it feels like, it's a full tub of water for the rinse. I absolutely love that. That is great. It just now started the rinse as I went to spin, as I went to walk in here. Yep. So I have some laundry ready to do later. I'm curious to know, it already looks like it's going faster, but I'm curious to know if this is a faster rinse. So I'm gonna find out. Yeah, cannot tell you how much I love that it fills all the way the second time as well. That should be a mandatory requirement. I mean, even some of the later direct drives, if you look at them, like the English ones that were brought over from Canada, no matter what you said on the, what am I trying to say? No matter what you said on the bill, you get small, like that much water for the rinse regardless. It's ridiculous. You can really tell they were changing the direct drives up right then and there. And she's starting to go pretty well. That's good. No spray rinse. That looks faster. Oh yeah, that is, holy shit. It freaking whistles. Holy shit, that is fast. That's faster than the Maytag. It's got a nice whistle when it's open. Whatever that must be the air coming. It must be the air coming out of there. But damn! Yeah, my suspicions were right that it's a faster spin when it's on the main spin. I'm gonna let that go and get ready to put the laundry in. I just took 2 of those and funny enough was able to fix the problem of the dryer being slightly unbalanced. It's more balanced now. Don't know how long it's been like 4 or 5 minutes. So yeah, look at that. Commercial heavy duty, both machines. Listen to this clicking. Can't really wiggle the knobs, can you? That's just a cheap one. Listen to this. Knobs. Switches. The door, where's the... Listen to that. You just don't get that on a new dryer, modern normal one. It's freaking amazing. I wonder, I just had a thought, I was thinking, I wonder if I set it to extra rinse right now, if it will do an extra rinse. No, you can't. That's interesting. So if you wanted to add an extra rinse once it's going, you really can't. I mean, my thought would be if you need an extra rinse or you need a pre-soak, you probably know. What I find interesting is that they don't have an option for just pre-soak. I guess heavy soil just makes it run longer. Bulky sheet is interesting. I guess that's the same as doing like heavy duty. Maybe it adds an extra rinse. I don't know. Delicate is delicate and then spin is spin. I wonder if it says. Da-da-da. Oh, eco-friendly. Screw you. I don't want that. You could register it too. It didn't add an. It didn't give me a. Unless this is it. This could just be the same. Yeah. I was gonna say I wanted a cycle directory. Like you go to the mall and you get a directory of the mall. I want a cycle directory. I know what almost all of them are except bulky sheet. I mean, hell, when we have sheets to wash, I guess we'll try and see what it does. All I know is that this cycle doesn't exist. Neither does that well. Yeah. That cycle shouldn't be on the top. It should be on the bottom. That cycle, and the sad part is I feel like 90% of the people who buy this and are, well, what I would assume is that most people who buy this aren't washer people, they just want a good washer, and then they go and they're like, oh, normal, duh, and they switch it to normal, which, yeah, you can't do it. Switch it to normal, ew, heavy duty, why would you want that? So, yeah. The delicate on these is interesting because I believe it's a normal speed agitation, but then it pauses. It'll do like 30 seconds of washing, and then a minute of pause, and then wash and pause and wash and pause. It's not actually a delicate like speed. I guess the spin might be. This is a long spin. It's been like 8 minutes now. I like how it kind of stays open when you place it right there. It's not an easy close. Well, I don't know. Can you? No. But look, it just sits like a normal freaking. And that's it. All right. I guess we'll get some laundry going. So, I need to spray the shirt real quick since I stained it at work. I think it was maybe. Well, how did I do it at work? I have a work shirt. Who knows? I have a little laundry basket that's actually right here that I always put my like stain stuff in. It's really broken, but that's how I remember when I go to put my laundry away for the night that something is stained. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start it and start throwing the shit in there. So actually all these cycle selections are correct, so we'll just go deep fill. There we go. And start. Immediately starts filling. I love that. Here's the detergent. This is one out of the pile, like I mentioned. The bottle's almost empty, but whatever. Except the lines are always hard to read. There we go. So we'll go ahead and just fill. That's a little more than I was going to put, but whatever. Just pour that in. And I will put some fabric softener in since I like to use fabric softener. Don't spill, don't spill. Please don't spill. I know you want to spill, just don't. Oh, I'm good. So let's do the fill line there. Right there. That's the fill line. Alright, let's put some stuff in. See how much crap we can put in this thing. I have pretty much a full load of laundry. I'll show you the basket in a minute. My work shirt, which is good. Need that for tonight because I'm going in again. Yeah, unfortunately. I have not had a night off in a damn long time, but you know what? They pay more than I should be paying, to be honest. Put that in there. Can actually wash my shit without having to worry about it going off balance. That's a first in a long ass time. Not sure how full I'm going to fill it, but it's looking like it's going to take about half my laundry basket, so that's good. Ooh, my Eric Clapton shirt. Let me put this other sweatshirt in. Damn! I think we got room for just a little more. I'll put this t-shirt in, and then we'll call it good for this load. I'll put a couple socks. Actually, I got underwear and socks I can just throw in. Why not? All right. We'll call that a full load. And damn, that took care of about half my laundry basket, so... Yeah, but also remember guys, my laundry basket is not normal, it's more of a hamper. So for a normal laundry basket, this would surely fit. Like a normal, like that, it would fit one of those easily. Which is what most people probably have anyway. I just have to be extra and have a giant one that I got at Walmart one time. So yeah, that took care of about half of it. And honestly, if I'm being honest with you guys, I never wash all of my laundry at once anyway. I'll wash like 10 things and then like leave 5 things in the basket that I don't want washed right now. So yeah, if we're being honest, that's perfectly okay. But she's filling up. I'll move the camera closer, I guess. I'm gonna take it off the tripod once it actually starts, but for now you can watch it a little bit. Alright, I would think it's going to start sometime around now. This little thing isn't under the water, but it'll be there. And there it goes. Washing away. The freaking tub indexing is going to make it harder for it to actually flip stuff over. But it's surely getting soapy in there. Know that for a fact. Can I hold? No, there's no grippy thing like the Maytag had. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry, because it's nothing. It's probably very bad for the machine, but I would do it sometimes. It almost seems like there's not enough water. It's either that or that the tub's indexing. I feel like it's probably a little both. But it seems to be, at least it's throwing them around pretty good. It's starting to pull that, I think that's a sweatshirt down in there. Which is good, because that means it can turn over heavy stuff like sweatshirts and jeans. Oh yeah. Perfect. When we see that sweatshirt start to appear on the top, we'll know that this thing did good. Love that sound. Got the woo-woos and everything. Look at that thing. It's just pulling those jeans right down in there. Those are heavy jeans, too. There's that pair of underwear and the sock. I think that sock is the only thing that hasn't gone under yet, and it's only been like a minute and a half. Is that that? No, it's not. Look at the turnover of this thing. It's impressive. I love it. I don't think I'm going to film the rest of this because I'll make full cycle videos individually. But so far, I love it. Just thought, what if... Yeah, it's about the same noise as the Maytag, and if you shut the door... Yeah, it's basically identical to the Maytag, noise-wise. So that's great. Yeah, I just thought of that. I wanted to see how loud it was. It just now occurred to me. It's really not that loud, though. Yeah, it's not that loud. That's the thing. People talk about how direct drive. Okay, so I will say this. I do personally think that a direct drive is louder than this, or my Maytag, because the direct drive has a different style agitator where it goes chugga, 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 and you can hear the motor and the agitator doing that, whereas the Maytag and this have sort of a regular agitation that's not as fast, which also helps, so it sounds more like a hum than a which is what the direct drives sound like. Not saying the direct drives are bad, I love a direct drive. If we were going to buy used, we would have bought one, but yeah. That's just my test of the noise levels. It's been going for a while now. I wonder if it knew that there were no clothes in there. I doubt it. There's no weight sensors in this thing. And she's done. That last spin is a long one. It's like 10 minutes. Alrighty. Ooh, it's pretty dry though. That's my work shirt actually. I'm glad I separated that first. Need to hang that up to dry because it dries itself pretty much. I'll go ahead and just... Oh, that's my Who shirt. People are going to be like, why would you put a brand new shirt in a dryer? Well, if you use low heat, you really don't shrink that much. Honestly. And my Eric Clapton shirt. I went to 2 concerts at Little Caesars Arena within a month. And I have the shirts from both of them to prove it. Been to 3 concerts this year so far. Told myself I wanted to go to 5. But you know how that goes. Uh-oh. Transwork shirt. Actually, the dryer, it's fine. Those Transwork shirts are easily, well, semi-easily replaceable. Pretty much the same dryness as they were in the Maytag. Maybe a little drier, maybe. I don't really care, to be honest, as long as they get dried. And they are. One thing, if I could make this dryer different, is I would give it a bottom opening door like a Whirlpool, if they didn't trademark that, because it's a lot more convenient. Alright, we're going to set it to low heat, turn that off, extended tone can be off, and I guess we'll just use automatics regular / delicate. I was listening for the timer. Go ahead and I guess it's really imprecise. Set it to the dot and hit start. And there we go. So I'm going to do a little bit more laundry in here real quick. So I fucked the labels up pretty good getting these 2 off. I got the ones on the dryer and the energy one off, and I stuck them to the little guides so we have them. My mom's trying to do that. So I have my second load. This is really not as big of a load, so I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm not going to use the deep fill option, and I'm just going to start it as is. Undo you. And there we go. So yeah, go ahead and get the, only need a little bit because this isn't as big of a load. Persil is also very potent, so you don't want to use too much of it. Look at those socks. I need new socks. And then we'll add some fabric softener there. I'll add most of the same right there, and then we can just dilute a little bit with water. There we go. So yeah. Come back when this is done. Alright, so this is the 3/4 fill level, which actually works perfectly for this load size, so you see the difference now? So that's perfect actually, and you can see for that load, it washes fine. Well, it's much later now. My father's home. He actually was in Washington, D.C. since Monday. Today's Friday. He came home today, right after these were delivered. So if I think we did 1, 2, 3... Technically, this washer ran 4 cycles. The first one, which was empty, 2 of mine, and 1 of his. And it's doing fine, as it should. My screwdriver hack, cross fingers, worked. Still wondering a little about that. No longer, well, the new smell's there a little bit, but not too much. I wonder. That's... Oh, you could hear that relay. Listen. I'm going to try it one more time. It didn't do it. Interesting. I wonder if you can just leave that on all the time. I do know that the control panel is always energized because, like, if you move one of the knobs, you get the clicks or here. Interestingly, the dryer doesn't do that. I told my dad, use delicate, because he normally uses medium, which would be that, and I'm like, it's freaking hot as hell on delicate. My parents tried using the signal on that, which they didn't hear, apparently I wasn't home. Looks like my dad used this one, which is interesting. I guess I didn't tell him to use the automatic/regular delicate. We'll have to try the tumble dry at some point. Do find it interesting there's a light. I was not expecting that. I guess the lint trap's already been empty, but oh no, there's a little bit of lint. Gotta wait for more to collect. This is a lint trap where the more you have to collect, the easier it is, because it's not removable. It passes through here on the door. It's an LED too. So yeah, I will show you if they're not already put away. No, under here. This was the stuff that came with it. This is the washer stuff. I went ahead and used 2 of those to balance that. I don't know if I talked about that. And then in here I stuck the energy guide, so I'll just pull it out one-handed. That's what she said. This is the dryer sheet, which is more. You can see I stuck that there just because the energy guide is there. I attempted to get the moving sticker just for shits and giggles. And that one. Built in Ripon, Wisconsin. That's what I like to see. Pretty much near my home state. State or 2 over. And when the door is closed and both of these are running, they sound like the Maytags. You can barely hear them. My dad even commented, he saw this, he said, ooh, I like the way they did that. So, that's good. The washer is perfectly balanced. It doesn't shake at all. I actually didn't level it. Probably should have, thinking about it now, but it's so, like, it doesn't move. There we go. Yeah, I was going to say that's off if it doesn't turn on when I do that. I thought I heard it again. So, yeah, they're here, they're queer, and they're ready to stay. I had to make that joke, Family Guy reference. Yeah, I mean, I don't have much else to say. I'm very impressed so far. I have basically, so if you really want to hear my gripe session, I have a few small things. The dryer, really nothing. It's more about the washer. My main one is the lack of an actual timer. Now, I get that that's just a cycle selector. That's fine. But I would have much rather had a numerical display here instead of this. And I get why they do that, because at the laundromat, you know, this is what you have. The other thing I would have liked to see is a water level. I could have done without the extra rinse options and had this be like, you know, extra large, medium, small. I could have done that. But, needless to say, I think that this is a very worthy upgrade. I asked the guy who was delivering, or one of them, I said, do you guys deliver a lot of these? He said, yeah, kinda. I said, how many of these do you sell? He said, on a good week, maybe 5 or 6. I was pretty impressed. Kind of surprised, to be honest, as well. Listen to that. Something more echoey than the Maytag. so yeah. First time I've ever had a matching set, too. They took our old one. I took a little footage. I showed that. The old dryer. Uh-oh. Okay, it still worked. I'll show you. Is now out here. Sitting over here with my socket set that needs to go back in my car. That's the original plug that was on it. The 4-prong one is on the Speed Queen. Wonder what that is. So yeah, that's the back of the dryer. So the dryer is going to live on. We're giving it to a friend. They can buy a new cord if they want. But yeah, dryer, it lives on. But the washer is in washer heaven right now. Or at least it's in a scrap pile somewhere in Lansing. So I guess that will conclude the first video of the Speed Queens. I will have plenty more videos. I'm going to do at least... I'm gonna do. How do I want to do this? There's gonna be at least one of each full cycles, and then I'm probably gonna do. Probably maybe for the delicate one, I'll do deep fill for all of them. Maybe for the delicate, we'll do normal 3/4, and then I'll do a heavy duty, which is normal, on extra rinse, and then I'll do one on heavy soil, so that you can get a gauge of like the longer one. Forget this says normal. Pretend it just says eco libtard or something. It doesn't. It's not normal. My dad was like, I told him what it was. He's like, well, I could use that. I don't mind that. And I was like, it doesn't fucking work as good. He's like, oh, well, it'll wash. And I was like, no, it fucking won't. It'll spray rinse. But yeah, we're definitely gonna have to do some tests on this. Uh-oh, that little label's peeling off. So yeah. Nice rattle. Oh, that's just that. So yeah. What is that? Oh, I bet it's just this thing. Oh yeah, it's just these little legs rattling. So yeah, that's gonna conclude the first video on the 2000, I gotta check the serial. I don't know what the Speed Queen serial numbers are. I would assume that because it says 22, that's 2022. I'm gonna go with these were made in 2022 of some time. Actually, before we do that, I need to christen these real quick with something I'll show you. I wanted to really quickly write this on here on both of them, just so we have the information. There was something I was gonna mention about these, and I can't remember what it was. There was something I wanted to mention with these. Oh yeah, so like I mentioned in the original video, these came from Lane's Appliance, Lansing, Michigan. They just recently moved. It's a very small store. The delivery guys, their names were Ricardo and Andy or something? Why do I think it was Andy? I don't remember, but Ricardo is the one who actually did this because the other dude had a bad knee. What was the sales guy's name? I don't remember his name. But needless to say, I would go there again. I absolutely recommend Lane's Appliance. The delivery people are hilarious as shit and know what they're doing. I mean, you can't... Speed Queens are all the same price everywhere, so it's just a matter of where you want to get fucked up at. Very nice store, very clean, very professional, great area, great people, great location. And if you need appliances and you're in the area, check out Lane's Appliance, Speed Queen dealer. I believe they sell the TC5 and the TR7, but no one wants that shit. They also have fridges, microwaves, all the other appliances, big appliances, including microwaves. So, yeah, Lane's Appliance. Check them out. Great place and authorized Speed Queen dealer. We do have a couple others. We have J&J, we have Kurtz, and then we have a few others, but Lane's is what we ended up picking just because. We were going to do we were going to do J&J, I believe, but something, I don't know. Yeah, so that's actually going to do it for the Speed Queens. Thank you, as always, for watching. Feel free to subscribe and click like if you'd like to see it. And check out the website that is obsolete. I will speak with you all again soon.